It basically started when Shikri Conrad, the A coach, just phoned me last week and asked me if I could spend some time initially with the A team, with a series supposed to started against Australia, but obviously Australia cancelled. So that's how it basically came about. And, you're good mates with Vinny. And then Vinny got hold of me and said, well, please just come and spend a couple of days with the academy boys. Myself and Jonty and Robin Peterson and Dane Piedt, just spending a couple of hours here, just talking and, basically sharing our experiences and some of the stuff that worked for us. And I'm sure, hopefully that the academy lads find it beneficial.
What Cricket South Africa have introduced with regard to the academy is not just getting the guys to come in and work on their skills, but also a bit of the softer side of cricket, which just trying to get the guys to sponge off players who've played in international arenas around the world in different conditions. And I think that's the key here. Not all of these guys are going to tour India next week or Sri Lanka, but the lessons that we've learned are hopefully pretty good ones.
It's very important. I was here in 2011, I think. Yeah, after the World Cup, we came in, and it was very, very important to actually to get an understanding of your game. I was pretty young at the time, and some of these guys are also pretty young. So you get an outlook of what it is to be a professional cricketer, and I think it's very important, and long may it continue. They got great facilities here with outdoor nets and indoor nets as well. So it's very, very good. You definitely go back home a lot fitter. So yeah, it's very important, and long may it continue.
Yeah, it's obviously a wonderful initiative to have such people who have done so much for the country. I think I speak on behalf of the group that we are very privileged to have such legends a part of the game. Obviously, a lot of the things that were said by them were already said by the coaches, but it's really nice to hear from the legends themselves. I think it kicks in much more effectively into our brains, and hopefully everybody got what they needed to get out of what they said, and we applied in our games.
They've played a lot of the game, and they've got a lot of experience. So working with them and getting to learn from them, it's been really good. I think whenever we get a chance to feed off someone like Jonty and Hersch, it definitely makes a difference to our games personally.
A huge element of the game that has changed, and it has changed in many ways, but is the third element. I mean, everyone spoke about batting and bowling, and that was it. You were a batsman or a bowler or an all-rounder if you were lucky enough. And it's not just because I used to field. I mean, I had a job on the side as a batsman. I love to be in the field, and seeing how important that has become in limited overs cricket and T20 cricket. But you take it back to Test cricket. South Africa recently playing as England at Lords put down opportunities. At Test level, it is just as important. So there's now three elements to the game. It's not just the batting and the bowling. I love the intensity. I love the way that the guys train and prepare. They work a lot, 9-10 months of the year. So that has changed in a massive way. So the 2 months or 3 months that you had in your off season pretty much has now been spent playing global cricket in a 20-over format, which is quite taxing and demanding. You might think, well, the guys can only bowl 4 overs or bat for 6 overs. 20 overs, not a lot of time. But when it's 38 to 45 degrees in India and it's 100% humidity, practice sessions are long and arduous, and the matches are pretty tense and tight as well. So the intensity of the game, the intensity of the training, you have to bring it down but maximize it. So I think it's training smarter and not just training long and hard. I mean, you've got a longevity that you've got to look after and nurture. It's about finding the balance, and I think that's the way the game has changed. There's great entertainment for people on and off the field, but from a player's perspective, it's about being smarter.
For what I'm basically telling them is more giving them options, extra options, be it in the T20 format or the 50-over format as far as or Test cricket is concerned. Just to share those options, maybe technically show them a few different things. But ultimately, at the end of the day, they still got to be themselves. We're just giving them food for thought, telling them basically what worked for us. I call them as well that they got to work it out for themselves. It's a lovely journey that they're basically starting. They need to be able to experience it for themselves, the ups and the downs. And then hopefully a couple of years' time when they built up some experience, they would have worked it out for themselves and then just, try and be as consistent in the different formats.
It is a privilege to have these guys here, and hopefully through that we learn quicker and excel in our own careers. I think that's the best we can hope for, and that's luckily enough, that's a privilege we've been given. So yeah, we try and take as much out of it as possible, and then, like I said, hopefully we learn and grow quicker.
We are well aware that a lot of players would love to be in the position that we are in. So it's been very hard, but I think well worth our time. I think there's nobody that hasn't improved their game in terms of their physique, in terms of their game plans. So it's been a real privilege, and we're looking forward to the rest that's ahead. But it's really been a good ride in the past 2 months that we've been here.
This is a stepping stone for them. I think this is the first steps of many. They can get in and try to become a very good cricketer in the future. And this is a perfect platform to do that. And it's guys from all around the country. And yeah, if they can put in good performances, the rest will follow in the end.